Yeah, this weekly vlog just took a turn. I was not expecting all this, which then fell out with my hair. Yeah. I don't know if these people are talking to me over here or not. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. Good morning. I have a shoot today. I got a COVID test a few days ago. It was my first time getting a COVID test, so I haven't had a need to see anyone or be on set. I'm very excited. I'm half asleep. I need to go get ready. Hello, I am ready. We are on to the shoot. So I have pretty much a full makeup on except for my lips, so it looks kind of crazy. And just some like finishing touches that I'll do when I get there. I just didn't want all my makeup to wipe off in my mask, so I kind of put like heavier powder on right now. But I have all of my clothes. I brought a ton of different wardrobe options. I think we're also going to be doing a makeup change. I'm so curious, like I haven't been on like a proper set since all of this COVID stuff because I've been doing everything remote or shooting it all on my own. So it'll be interesting to be with the crew again and like fun to see people and just like be around humans. So yeah, I had my first COVID test on the weekend and I've heard that they're a lot less invasive than what they like used to be. I heard they used to like feel like they were going up in your brain. But mine was like very easy. They were just like boop, boop, and I was like, oh, that was nothing. So that was good. Came back negative, which is positive. Came back negative, which is good. Not positive is good. So I don't even know if I explained what this shoot is. I am working with Nugs, which I am so excited about. I don't know if you've heard about them in the vegan community. It is like this innovative new chicken nugget creation, and they're finally making their way to Canada, and I am one of the 4 faces of the campaigns, which is like insane. I think from what I've heard, they're having like a gamer, and then a fitness person, and then a fashion person, and then I'm gonna be the beauty person. So yeah, I'm just so excited, and I'm curious who the other people are. We're not all gonna be shooting together, we're all shooting separately, but I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out today and talk to everyone on set. But yeah, I'm very excited. Nugs is like the Tesla of nuggets. I think that's what they describe themselves as. I don't know, they're very like zesty and playful brand, which I think is hilarious. I hopped on a quick call last week to kind of go through like the mood boards and stuff, and I think from what I understand, I will be using chicken nuggets as a beauty blender or like as a makeup applicator. I don't know, it's gonna be funny. And then we're gonna be doing a makeup switch and be doing like this kind of spicy, fiery, like editorial, like super high fashion, but then like with nuggets incorporated. So again, just super funny, and I don't know, it just kind of feels like the most Jaclyn thing ever. Vegan chicken nuggets and glam editorial makeup. If those ain't my 2 favorite things. Anyways, what other updates? I have a major update to actually share with you guys. I'll probably dive into it more later tonight, but I ended up getting a procedure on Sally. I thought it was gonna be much less intense than it was. I have 4 stitches in my head right now, and I had to be very careful, even just like washing my hair, and there's still like kind of like ointment around the area, so just tried to like comb it over, but I will dive all into that later. The last 4 days though, I have been just resting and taking it easy and trying to heal, truly. I think that is all the updates for this Monday morning. I will see you on set. Today is gonna be a good day. I'm very excited.
And if you wanna work with anything here,
what the heck? You are so kind.
But hang on, well no, I have so much stuff at home. Take a lipstick
or
a lip gloss, whatever you want. So the only thing I can see is, I love your bronzer here and your temple, but it does like right there.
It needs a bit of blend.
Tiny bit.
It needs a blend, yeah.
It just needs to diffuse, so I can do that to you.
So shall I mix maybe a bit of this, or shall we wait to put that on? A little of the lip in the center?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So, do you mind if we just use a disposable?
Oh my gosh, of course.
And then that way,
I'm excited. I haven't.
I love it.
No, you would have been the dream person I should have met. So I used to go to CMU. That's where I went to makeup school. And like the dream was MAC. I wanted to be in the full system. But then where I can't obviously see what the camera is picking up, it's like, oh, maybe we need a bit more blush. Like if I'm looking a bit washed out. So I trust your eye to make those calls too.
Why don't we bring yours though, the colors you like?
My hair has been saved. This is looking good.
And also go through and do another batch to try and find ones that are kind of
We're finding the perfect nugget.
Seem to have a little bit of a tail.
I think that's fine.
If they have it on the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get started.
And I feel like...
Oh yeah. Oh, I kind of love the tongue ones. They're just kind of fun. Oh, I love it. Now for the spicy nugget, we have a spicy makeup look. I did this glossy red look and like a super pale lip. And we're gonna get like this very like high fashion photo. I'm so excited. You're very yummy. Look at my nugget compact. The props are so good. Okay, this is really bad lighting in here, but we just finished the shoot. This is the spicy nugget look. I actually love this look so much. Both the hair and makeup artists were incredible. I'll leave their handles down below. It always just like blows my mind that I get to work with such talented and like well-established people. I'm like, oh, you're doing my hair today? But it was so fun. It was just nice to be around people again. I don't think I've been like on a set or just like with people in a year and a half, and I've just been missing it way more than I think I like let myself acknowledge. But I was reviving. I'm on cloud 9. I'm gonna take off some of this gloss because it's kind of messy, and then I'm just gonna pack up. I've got all my clothes in my bags here. Ooh, what do we have for lunch? One vegan lunchbox. I think I've got it. It should say vegan on this tag. Oh, I'm like, I think this is, it says it, that makes sense. There we go, the vegan lunch. Okay gang, I think I'm gonna roll. Okay, and that is a wrap. My lovely father is gonna come back and pick me up, which is great. And I think I'm gonna eat my lunch on the sidewalk, which will be fun until he gets here. Okay, I've eaten enough spicy nuggets for today. Now I have a real sandwich. It says a vegan sandwich. I don't know what, oh, this looks messy. Oh, it looks good though. I don't know if these people are talking to me over here or not. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. This looks good. Ball and apple tea. And I made a little stop by a nursery and I got some more plants because I love my plants. Whew. There's nothing like a hot leather seat. Burns.
Make it cool, make it cool.
I didn't know that was an option. Now I can have a peaceful afternoon. I need to put a hat on. Actually, we shouldn't open that. I can't have sun on my top of my head because I feel like my wound is exposed and I just don't want to. Thank you. I'm going to plant my hot pepper, lettuce, and tomato. And I think the balcony garden will be pretty complete. I kind of wanted a raspberry, but I couldn't find any. Maybe that will be for another day. The thing is, I have too many plants already and not enough pots. Good problem to have. I think at one point in my life, I will live in a big field with a greenhouse and just like take a little golf cart around and pick up my kale, like Oprah. You know that Oprah does that? She just, yeah, Oprah does that, I think. That's my dream. It's just very me. Okay, I am back home. See, this is what I mean when I say certain makeup really just is made for editorial makeup, because I obviously had a bunch of eye gloss on, which like makes things move around. So you can see now that I've been sitting in the car on my way home for a half an hour, it's kind of smudging and getting everywhere. Still a super cool color though. Like honestly, something about a red eye, it's just kind of fun. Anyways, I am feeling, honestly like exhausted. I think it was just like an early morning, waking up early and getting ready. I pretty much arrived full hair and makeup ready. But the team helped me so much just like with touches and just like obviously setting my hair for things like this. But I am tired. I want to really shampoo out my hair just because I want to make sure my wound is healing all right. If I haven't gotten into it, I'll explain what has happened in a moment, but I kind of want to shower, get fully clean. I'm gonna go outside, plant my little plants. I got my jeans all messed up at the garden center. The heels are all muddy, so I need to throw those in the wash. Honestly though, today is giving me hope that the end of COVID is near, and I don't know, just being able to like see other people and work on set and like be creative and make cool pictures and create cool art. It's just kind of fun. Okay, here is the big reveal. The herb garden, the herb garden. Here is the herb garden. We've got parsley, mint, cilantro, chives, basil, and then over here I have my chili plant. I was kind of confused because I was like, why can't I find a jalapeno plant when I was at the store? But then I realized I'm pretty sure it's just a hot chili plant. Is a hot chili the same as a jalapeno? I'm kind of confused if I'm honest. So I got a hot chili. I don't know if that means it's a jalapeno. Are they the same thing? Is a hot chili just a more mature red version of a jalapeno? I don't know. Someone let me know. Whatever it is, that's gonna grow there. My lettuce is honestly looking kind of amazing, and I actually had some old lettuce seedlings, so those are already blooming. Then in this back corner, it needs some work. This is just some extra soil. This will be gone, so imagine that's gone. I moved the balcony off my balcony. Oh, what? Am I good? I moved the barbecue off the balcony because I did not use the balcony. Oh my god. I did not use the barbecue at all last year, and it was an entire like waste of space. So the barbecue is off the balcony. Why is that word tripping me out? Regardless, this is gonna be cleared out. I've got some weird sunflower flowers growing. I don't think they're doing too hot. But then the new tomato, which I just planted, and it's looking delicious. This tile has been an absolute game changer on the balcony. I can't explain just how much more open and big it makes it seem. I'm so excited. Honestly, this brings me so much happiness. And it's so sunny out today. What a blessing. Okay, morning run, done and done. Did 8.17, which was good. My knee is still kind of a little messed up from my snowboarding fall like a few months back, but it just feels good that I can at least like somewhat run on it. So feeling good. It's a gorgeous sunny day. It feels like it's finally spring/summer. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I've just been sitting working on my computer all day. Nothing vlog worthy. And my lips are really chapped. What is that about? Anyways, I've been very good about my nails lately though. I just have a clear coat of shellac on. I've been trying to treat them really well. I've been doing fun at nail art, but I actually had to take them all off for my shoot yesterday. Actually, they're kind of dirty from gardening. Anyways, I have a meeting in 8 minutes to chat about Shop Jaclyn Forbes stuff and some new launches for summer, which I'm very excited about. I was listening to a lot of your feedback, and it's really interesting to make clothing and to do it the right way. And obviously a big thing when I launched the merch is that I needed it to be ethically made, and I needed it to be made here in Canada because it wasn't an option. I wanted that, and I didn't want to contribute to fast fashion. So I knew I wanted to do it the right way, which definitely costs more money, and it's hard because we're all so used to seeing sweaters for $5 and stores like Shein and fast fashion and like all of these things. And it's kind of horrible that we've all gotten so used to those types of prices. So anyways, all that being said, I knew when I did Shop Jaclyn Forbes that I wanted it to be done the right way and be paying people fair wages and supporting Canadian workers and doing all of those things. So anyways, all that being said, with the sweatsuit launch, obviously I am aware that it's not an accessible price point for everyone, but the reality is we can't get the price down anymore because it costs that much to make it, you know? So all that being said though, I obviously wanted to have another launch or another drop at a different type of price point or a different type of item that we could make at a lower price point. That way, if the sweatsuit was out of people's budget, hopefully I'll be able to have another product that will be in someone's budget. So I'm kind of in the brainstorming ideation phase right now of planning what that is gonna look like. I actually already know what the two items, I want there to be two kind of more accessory items, and I'm just kind of in the process of figuring all that out, and like, I don't want to say too much. Anyways, all that to say, I have a meeting kind of going through all of that and chatting with my manufacturer to see what is possible and yeah, what that will look like. So stay tuned on that. But it is such a gorgeous and sunny day. I might, what will I do? Maybe for lunch, I'll sit outside, go to a park, get some more fresh air. I'm feeling good though. We're grinding it out. Hustle, hustle. Okay, my concierge just called me and they're like, Jaclyn, you need to come downstairs. Something's perishable and it's been dropped off. And I'm like, what in the world? Look at this. So this has arrived from Tim Hortons and it says, good things come to those who wait. And it is a giant ice block. Like, can you see this? This is a legitimate ice block in here. I don't know if is it a gift card inside? Is it a like surprise announcement? There's something in the frozen ice cube that it says I have to wait about 16 hours for it to melt completely, and then I can find out what this surprise is. So I don't even know what this is, but honestly, kind of amazing. Tim Hortons. When I tell you, growing up, I didn't live in Toronto, and I used to come to Toronto all the time growing up for auditions, and I'd be here like 3, 4, or 5 times a week. And my road trip food of choice was always Tim Hortons. It's what got me through all of those, you know, long drives. So you would have told little 8-year-old Jack that Tim Hortons would be sending you an ice cube. Whew, I don't know, man. Oh, and then in exciting news, I also got another refrigerated ASAP delivery, and it was the lovely Nugs team who sent over a bunch more Nugs to add into my freezer. So I'm definitely stocked up on the Nugs now. Love that. I have zero patience. I need to know what's in here. Oh, we're making moves. Come on! A little bit more. Okay. Ooh. Meet the Tim Hortons new cold brew. Oh, that's so cute. Wow. And there's a little gift card in here. That is super cute. Well, cold brew steeped in cold water, just as cold as that ice cube. That was a super cute idea. Loved it. Okay, I just submitted the funniest self-tape ever. So I've got my own little working studio at home thanks to YouTube and making videos for so long. And although I don't really focus as much on traditional acting anymore, I grew up in the acting world and I still go out on certain auditions, and I just had the most fun cartoon audition ever for voice. And I feel so bad though. They wanted me to also submit a clip of me singing because there is like some minor singing in this cartoon, I guess. And it was like, doesn't have to be a singer, might be able to work around it, but if they could just have fun and like sing something in character. If you know me, I am not a singer at all. I am really bad at singing. I love singing. I sing all the time, but I am self-aware to know that I'm not naturally blessed or talented in that field at all. Like I'm just not good. And I can try as much as I want to. I'm just not a good singer. And it's not really in the cards for me. But I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna still submit a clip of me singing. Just like, might as well, so they have an option and they can see what we're working with. And it was fun because like they wanted me to kind of sing it in character, and this character was basically this huge like nightmare, like evil, like enemy kind of character. So it was like really fun, and I got to be like really like nasally and like weird in it. But also my heart goes out to whoever just had to receive that and listen to that. You wanna know what it is? You just kind of have to like let your guard down and be like, yeah, no, that is a horrible clip, and it's like should be super embarrassing, but it also is just way too fun to care, you know what I mean? Anyways, that was hilarious. I just had the most fun. I have washed the hair again. The injury is doing worse this morning, oddly enough. It kind of is like swollen and kind of puffy, and I'm hoping it didn't get infected. Obviously we had a lot of hair product and like we were doing a lot of things to it on the shoot on Monday, so I'm just hoping it's not like irritated from like fragrance or things like that. I tried to wash it out obviously really good that night, but I'm starting to feel a little nervous about that. It's just Sally just isn't ready to go yet, you know? Really just fighting to stay around. Happy Friday. It's been a chaotic past couple of days to say the least. I went out for a walk and it was like so hot and I'm so sweaty and disgusting. But long story long, I didn't vlog at all yesterday. The past like 2 days have been a little crazy, to say the least. My parents are very like private people. I don't know if I will even include this in the vlog, but for personal video diary documentation purposes, my mom had a little health scare a few days ago. We thought she had COVID. She had like full body aches, kind of all of the symptoms. So we were freaking out. I mean, to be fair, she was very calm and like, don't freak out, but I was like, oh my God, this is not good. She had had her vaccine though. It didn't make sense. She hasn't been seeing anyone. We've been doing all the right things. I'm literally the only person they've been seeing. I haven't seen anyone. It just kind of like made no sense. But anyways, she like progressively got worse throughout the day, but then it got a lot more localized. So she ended up going to the emergency, but then realized, oh no, in fact, she does not have COVID. Her appendix ruptured. So God bless my poor sweet mother. She's been in the hospital the past few days, which she's in like really good, I don't want to say really good spirits. She's in good spirits. She's obviously in a lot of pain, but hopefully today, this afternoon, she'll be getting her operation. Feel very grateful that, I mean, I know the hospitals are very overfilled, and the fact that it's only been a few days and she hopefully will be able to get her procedure today will be really, really great. So I've just been like checking my phone and volume on. She will be okay, and this is kind of, I guess, best case scenario, knock on wood. But anyways, the last couple of days have just been like a bit chaotic, but send all the good vibes to Mama Forbes' way. Hopefully she'll be out of there in a few days. It kind of depends how her procedure goes, but it's also just like, I feel like such a mom thing. Like she had kind of been feeling not well the past week, but just thinking, oh, maybe she had some stomach issues or ate something that didn't agree with her, like totally downplaying how much pain she was in. Oh my God, moms are just absolute rock stars, and just, I can't. And she's like, throughout all this, like, don't worry about me. I'm like, obviously I'm worried. Like, I know you will be okay, but of course I'm worried about you. Like, you're in a lot of pain. Your appendix has ruptured. Like, anyway, so I actually ended up doing a workout in here yesterday, and I am so sore today. My like arms and shoulders, like we were doing a lot of burpees and push-ups and been doing virtual F45 classes. I also don't know if I've given you an update in the studio in a while. It's actually a bit of, it needs like a bit of vacuum in here. There's kind of, the floors are dirty, but this is what the studio is looking like. I kind of changed out the clothing there, and then I actually ended up getting this piece. Someone in my mom's condo building was getting rid of this furniture piece, and it was like brand new, and I got a really good price for it. It's like a couch, but also turns into a bed. Maybe in a post-COVID world, if anyone has ever visited visiting, they can kind of take over the studio space and sleep over here. So this is kind of what it's looking like. I don't know if this is like necessarily the best layout because it kind of chops up the room a little bit, but this is kind of just what's going on. I also, my aloe vera was overtaking the other pot, so it was growing these two little babies, so I put those over here. I've got plants galore. My bike is over here. Anyways, the reason that I'm filming this is I had like 10 packages that got delivered and my concierge was like, can you just come down and pick some of these up? So I was gonna open up all those boxes and I figured I might as well film it. Okay, so first up, ooh, some Tetley cold infusions. These are so good. I discovered these last year and they are amazing for summer. You can just like literally throw them in cold water and they're such good flavorful. Actually, these are all the same flavors from last year. Strawberry, watermelon, mint, lemon, cucumber, raspberry, cranberry. Are those the same? I think so. Anyways, these are very, very delicious. Actually, shout out to my mom. She actually loved these. She stole a bunch of these from me last year. Oh, I just look so unsanitary. My hair is still so gross. I've still been putting my bald spot ointment. I still haven't even talked about that, have I? Really like building suspense in this vlog. I'm like, I will tell you what happened. This box is alarmingly heavy. Why does this sound like liquid? It's funny, I feel like I was just saying recently, I feel like, let me also preface by saying, I am so blessed. The fact that I get gifted things is like insane to me. But there was a time a few years ago when there was a ridiculous, like obscene amount of PR mailers that it was like just getting to the point where it was, I couldn't use all this makeup. It felt like sickening and I felt like guilty and it was kind of insane. So, geez, that's why it was so heavy. There's a bunch of alcohol in here. Wow. Bud Light, thank you for keeping my fridges stocked. Actually, they just came out with these seltzers. I had tried them. They're actually really good. I feel like they're very similar, like in theory, to like a White Claw. They have, oh, a new thing, mango. I love mango, anything. Thank you, wow, that's very, very kind. Anyways, all that to say, what I was trying to get to with that story is that I feel like lately things have been a lot more toned down and in a good way. Especially when COVID initially hit, like Grant, oh, frick! Ah! How did that happen? I have warm beer that's exploded everywhere now. Ugh. Spill on aisle 2. So it was funny, I was just kind of like reflecting on that lately. And then today must have just been like a, I don't know if it was like a back order of mail or a hot delivery day, but then all these packages kind of came at once, like within like an hour time frame. Ah, okay. Oh wow. What is happening in here? This is like a citrus themed, oh these are cute. Are these meant to be eaten? Are these decoration? This is from Emergency. This actually reminds me of my French teacher in grade 8. I feel like she used to have these in her classroom. Am I making that up? Is she gonna watch this and be like, what are you talking about? Very orange themed gift. That's super sweet. Oh no, there's an orange towel too, but mine is covered now in twine. Thank you so much, that's very sweet. We got some Charlotte Tilbury. Oh my, there is a ton of makeup in here. What is this? Instant Look of Love in a palette, 5-minute face. Oh my God, these are so cute. You know my love for Charlotte. Oh, these look so good. Am I hearing voices in my head or is that in real life? Weird. Gorge, love that. Oh my God, there's literally like so many. Charlotte honestly is just one of those brands that could put out anything and I would just be obsessed with it. Like I have such a bias towards that brand. Oh. Oh my God, these smell so good. Ooh, Kissing lipstick. All the Matte Revolution. Oh, these are new shades though. Oh my God, these are so pretty. Holy, this packaging. I'm such a sucker for packaging. Holy, that is so gorgeous. Oh my God, I love that color. Well, there's little hearts in the lipstick. Do you see those little hearts? If you ever just want to feel good about yourself and just feel like $1,000,000, treat yourself to a Charlotte lipstick. Oh, Starbucks? What the heck? I've never got a mail from Starbucks before. Starbucks is here to make this season as summer as possible. Funnel cake frappuccino. Stay tuned for a gift card coming your way. Starbucks. What have I done to deserve this? This looks crazy. I can't even like, the straw is tripping me out. Is it doing the weird thing on camera too? I feel like Trisha Paytas has a Starbucks tumbler collection. Will this replace my Camelback? I'm kidding, Camelback. I love you. Nothing can replace you. Okay, what's in? Oh no. Okay, this wasn't from what I just dropped, but something is broken. This is not the first time when makeup has been sent in just like a bubble wrap. Oh no. It rarely ever survives. There's like powder. What broke? Oh, that broke. Well, I love me some Wet n Wild. Something has gone awry with this eyeshadow, but I will clean these up and salvage what I can. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I have an at-home salon, basically. I love doing my nails, but I've recently just gotten into the world of at-home shellac nails, and I've been doing really fun designs, and nails are actually how I got into makeup originally. So nails always will have a special place in my heart, but Madame Glam is this like vegan, cruelty-free shellac nail polish, which a lot of shellac actually isn't vegan. It's like made of shellac, which is beetles or like bugs, or it's not vegan friendly. So Madame Glam does vegan friendly shellac polish, and I posted some like cool nail look, and they're like, oh my god, we want to send you more nail polish, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. So they let me pick out a few new colors, which I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Oh my god, these are looking so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, can we see these pretty colors? So that is a wrap. I'm going to put everything in the appropriate place, clean up this place, and figure out what's going on in my life today. I will see you all very soon. Okay, so positive news. I just got word. The doctor called my dad to say that my mom had her operation and it went good. She's still under, so haven't talked to her yet, but she's probably resting and healing. But then I also had this revelation because I talked to her earlier this morning before her operation, and I was like, Mom, have you been able to eat? Like, what happens? And she's like, no, like, I'm not allowed to eat prior to the operation. So she's like, I'm just starving. I'm so hungry. So now that it's done, I'm like, okay, she's probably ready to eat. And then I was like, oh my God, like, does the hospital even have good vegan food? Like, probably not. So I'm like, you know what? I'm on a mission. My love language is cooking people food anyways, and I think my mom probably could use a home cooked meal. So apparently how it's working in the hospital right now, obviously because no one can go in because of COVID and all that stuff, they have like a drop-off like center that you can kind of like give people clothes or like whatever they kind of need or were missing. So I'm gonna pack up like a little lunchbox and go walk by the hospital, drop that off. So tonight's menu is gonna be, I've got mini potatoes. I've got like sunscreen in my eye. Mini potatoes, onions, peppers, and Beyond sausage because she probably needs some protein. So I'm gonna start cooking up a storm, and maybe I'll see what my dad is up to. I tried inviting my dad over for dinner the other day, and he's like, I don't have an appetite. So we'll see. Maybe my dad needs a little check-in as well. But I was just getting some sun. It was so nice out and so warm. It was nice to just kind of relax for like an hour and like not think about anything. But that is probably gonna be my night. And yeah, this weekly vlog just took a turn. I was not expecting all this extra stuff, but we're rolling with the punches. Okay, she is all packed up. We've got homemade hummus, veggie bag, ice pack. I made Beyond sausage with potatoes and grilled veggies. Protein oats in here, so oatmeal stuff. I've got an apple to go with it. Little crackers, pita things. So hopefully at least her first meal will be satiating. I don't know how many vegan options they're gonna have there. She also loves these Tetley cold infusions, so hopefully that'll spice up her life. Off to the hospital to drop this off I go. Yeah, don't know the last update that I gave you. Basically, long story long, my mom is back home, which is good. She is in a lot of pain, which is not good, and she's really not feeling the best. But at least she's in pain at home than in pain at the hospital. Anyways, I feel very grateful that she, over the next few weeks, will be on the mend and will be getting better. And I'm just glad that she had that operation and got it out of her, because there was one point where we didn't know if she'd be able to get it in time because the hospitals have been so busy. A burst appendix can be life-threatening. So I'm honestly just so grateful that they caught it when they did, and I cannot complain. Anyways, all of that said, it has been a busy weekend. I've just been trying to help out my parents and like make them food. Not that my mom can really even eat that much right now, but I've just been trying to help because my poor dad is just like, oh, he's just, God bless, truly, God bless. But there's been so much medical, you know what? I ripped my hand open the other day too, a Tupperware sliced meat. Like I'm wounded everywhere. There's been a lot of medical problems in the last week and a half. But I realized that I've been hinting this whole time talking about my operation, which now feels like old news. But I figured we built enough suspense over this entire video that I'll walk you guys through the process. So if you've been watching my vlogs for a while, I've talked about it before. I basically had a bit of a ponytail incident. It honestly was such a weird fluke. I had a really tight ponytail and it looked amazing. I loved it. It was in for like 24 hours. I got a goose egg, which then turned into a scab, which then fell out with my hair. Also, this whole video should just maybe have like a trigger warning if you don't like medical talk. This ain't for you. It was really gross. I'm gonna spare you the videos and pictures of it, but of course I was documenting it, and this was years ago. So it basically left a big indent in my head, and obviously no hair as well. So it was bald, but also like the skin had a divot, and I would always joke and say like it could hold like a ping pong ball. Like it was like the perfect crater in my head. I don't know, it was one of those things, like I was a fine sport about it. I've never really been like that attached to my hair, and like, I mean, obviously I'd prefer it didn't happen, but it didn't change my life. It was at the back of my head. Like I think it would have been different maybe if it was somewhere up there, but it was just something that I would always kind of like pull the hair over and try to deal with. It really only bothered me if, say, I was shooting or working and hairstylists would have to like give it a little comb over, and I'd just be like, oh, I have a Sally back there, just kind of deal with that. But for the most part, whatever. So that's more like the aesthetic side of things. In terms of like the actual medical side, it was a bit like mushy, and I would always joke and say that if someone pressed on it too hard, it would be like a pressure point and I would pass out. Something about it, like I didn't even like touching it. It was a bit of a sensitive area, and like something was weird about it, okay? And years ago when it had happened, I tried to get some cortisone shots. My dermatologist had recommended it, maybe trying to stimulate hair growth or hair follicle growth. Turns out there's no hair follicles there anymore. It's a giant keloid scar, and it's completely like no hope, basically. It will never change or grow back or heal better than what it did. So at the time, my dermatologist was pretty like, not insistent, but was like, hey, like the only real route to go is to get a bit of a scar revision, and we can just kind of stitch it up and like fix it, and we do it all the time. It'll be all good. And I was like, I don't know. Like in my head, you want to know what it was? It was the fact that she's like, oh, I'll refer you to the plastic surgeon here in the dermatology place, and then he'll do it. And I was like, oh my God, wait, plastic surgeon? That seemed like the word plastic surgeon just made it seem so dramatic and like so intense for what it was. So anyways, that was like 6 months ago, and I was like, do I care enough? Like, I also, if anyone knows me, I hate spending money on myself, and I'm like, do I have to pay for this? Is this covered by my insurance? Like, I don't want to pay. Like, I don't even see it. I don't want to pay for that. Long story long, I ended up going to the plastic surgery consult, and he was like very low key about it. Like, I'm sure he does crazier things in his day. This was nothing to him, but I was just like, again, do I want to go through with this? But I took the consult, and he's like, yeah, it'll take like 25 minutes, the procedure. I'll just kind of slice it, stitch it closer together. So basically it's like the spot on my head was like this. So he's like, I'll basically slice it and then, I don't know, like cut this extra bald skin out and just like stitch it together so that it's just like a straight line. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, pretty minimal downtime. You'll do it in the office. You'll be awake when I do it, and you'll just go home that night and just be careful with it for a few days, and then you'll come back in 2 weeks to get the stitches out. So I'm kind of like, oh, like, that's it? Like, oh, okay. And then he's like, you can try submitting it to your insurance. It's like, what was it called again? Is it like tension alopecia scar revision? I don't know, something along those lines. So I was like, wow, you are speaking my language. So anyways, he was very lovely, and I booked back 2 weeks later, which happened to be now 2 weeks ago. So this is where the actual story begins. This should almost be its own video within itself. Like, is this even worthy to just be at the end of this weird vlog? Anyways, so I'm going in, and my lovely parents had offered to drive me there, and I was already a bit like, ugh, I'm not looking forward to that. Like, I don't want someone to cut into my head, especially the sensitive bald spot. But I was also like, it can't be that bad, right? Like, I'm awake for it. The doctor did warn me, and he was like, the scalp does bleed quite a bit, but don't be freaked out, but just know that it does bleed quite a bit. And I was like, okay, no problem. That's fine. So I go into the doctor's office, and initially I was supposed to maybe lay down on like a bed, and he's like, oh, like it's at the top of your head. Maybe I'll just get you to sit in this chair. So I'm just sitting in like the regular, like a plastic, like waiting room kind of chair, like not in an official like chair. So I was kind of like, oh, like what if I like slide around? Like, ah, okay, whatever, if you think so. So I'm sitting there, and then he just kind of gets started, and he gave me a needle like to numb it, and gave me a few more. I was like, please numb as much as you can, sir. And as soon as he goes to get started, I like, not that I could feel him cutting open my head. It was a combination, I think, of a lot of things. One, I hadn't eaten since about 11 a.m. that morning, and this was 7:30 at night. I'm thinking I'm gonna be fine, and like in the evening, hang out with my parents, ordering dinner. Whew. So combination of probably low blood sugar. 2, I was a bit freaked out. 3, sitting there with so I was in a chair, so they had kind of pulled up their little like station of like tools and gauze and I don't know, needles. And it was like sitting right in front of me. I had the doctor on one side, the nurse on the other side. I'm in a chair, and all this stuff is like in my eyesight. The nurse even made a comment being like, oh, it kind of sucks where like the tray's right in front of you. You're gonna have to watch it. And I was like, I don't want to see all the bloody, like, ugh. And she's like, you can actually go on your phone if you want. Like, you're totally fine if you want to distract yourself. So I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there in this chair, kind of like trying to like hold my core tight so I don't move around on my phone. And as soon as I feel it go on my scalp, I can like hear it too because it's so close to my ears. And I just kind of felt, it must have been like blood. Like I felt like liquid kind of in my hair. It felt hot. And then my brain just couldn't stop thinking about the fact that a scalpel just sliced my head open. And I almost passed out. I have never in my life passed out, so I didn't even know what that felt like or what that experience was like. So I'm sitting in the chair. He just started. And I'm like, okay, breathe, Jaclyn, stare at a spot, breathe. And I'm trying at this point too not to like hunch over, like I'm trying to stay upright because I'm like, I don't want to move. And I was like, oh my God, what if I fall out of this chair right now? Like, I think I'm gonna pass out. So I go, okay guys, sorry not to be annoying, but I think I might be experiencing what it feels like to pass out. I'm feeling something weird. And I couldn't like, I mean, if you've ever experienced that, I'm sure you know the feeling. But if you're like me and had never experienced that before, the best way I could explain it is like, I kind of went numb, but I don't want to say like an out of body experience. Like my brain was saying, okay, Jaclyn, like stop feeling that way, like be in control of your body, but I couldn't. And it just kind of was like, I just couldn't control my body. And I felt like I was cold maybe at first, like numb, but then I don't even know how to explain it. So I was trying to stare at a spot and just focus on your breathing, take big yoga breaths. And then in the moment, I didn't think that I had actually blacked out or passed out. But now in hindsight, as I tell this story, I'm like, oh, maybe I did kind of go for a second. Fortunately, I didn't fall over. I think the nurse had kind of grabbed my shoulder. But all I remember is I was staring at this one point on the thing in front of me. And the next moment I was like, oh shit, like I didn't feel my phone in my lap anymore. I was like, oh, did I like let it kind of fall like on the ground? So I said to the nurse, I was like, sorry, not to bug you, but did I just drop my phone on the ground? Like I don't know where it went. Like it was in my hand 1 second, the next second I don't know where it's gone. And she's like, oh no, hon, it's okay. I took your phone from you. And I was like, when did that happen? Like, I don't remember you taking the phone out of my hand. So maybe for just like a second or two, I did black out. I don't know. Thank God I didn't fall out of the chair because I would have just hit the like, their little workstation in front of me. Oh no, the camera says it's gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna have to speed this up. Anyways, that was honestly the climax of the story. That was like, whew, almost passed out. But then luckily I started breathing again and the doctor was like, are you okay? Are you gonna be good? I was like, yes. I think like that moment passed. I still felt a bit like woozy at this point. And I still kind of felt like I was gonna throw up actually. Like I felt like I was gonna just puke, which I've never had that feeling of just being so grossed out that I almost puked just by the thought of something. I can't even explain it. It was so bizarre. I never was like someone who passed out from needles or puked from medical things. If anything, I was kind of interested in them. So yeah, it just took me by surprise. And then all of a sudden, I had a full hot body flash. I knew I wasn't gonna pass out anymore. Like I felt like more like in my body, if that makes sense. But then I just started full body sweating and I'm like in a cozy sweatsuit and I'm like, oh, I could not be in a hotter outfit right now. I have obviously like my mask on because I was wearing my mask. And I just feel like beads of sweat dripping down. My like cloth mask now is getting soggy and it's like sticking to my face every time I breathe in. And then I was like, oh my God, Jaclyn, all I want is an ice cold glass of water. But they're still working away. And I'm like, I can't ask them to get me water right now. But I was like, I need water. So I was like, it's okay, Jaclyn, just like sit here. You're gonna be through it soon. So I told the doctor, I was like, okay, if you just wanna like keep me posted with how much longer, like that'll be helpful for me to know. And he's like, yeah, only like about 5 more minutes. Thank God he said that. It was at like the beginning of the procedure, so we still definitely had like a good 20-25 minutes to go. But I just sat there and then I just started humming. Like I couldn't take the thought / the sound anymore. Like when I would see them pick up like the stitch or like the needle thing to like, I just couldn't even bear. So I just stayed looking down and again, try not to hunch. But at this point I'm like halfway like in this really weird contorted position and I just start humming. I did the same like one lyric of a song and I was just like out loud and we're in a dead silent room. So I just on loop for 20 minutes sat there and did that. They must have thought I was, I don't know, like honestly, God bless. They were so sweet to me and I was a bit of a hot mess. And I just felt like I was radiating heat off of me. It was such a strange experience. Anyways, all that to say, shout out, the nurse was super sweet after. She cleaned me up and I was like, do you mind if I get water? I really need a water. She grabbed me a water and the doctor did a great job. It's like, you can barely, it's like I have nothing there. What I will say is afterwards, it felt like I got a facelift because I lost maybe about, I don't know, 2 centimeters of my skin. So my scalp was like pulled a bit tighter and luckily the scalp does stretch quite quite a bit from what he told me. So he's like, don't worry, that's a normal feeling, like it'll go away in a day or two, which it did. But that very first night, I was miserable. I texted my parents, I was like, come pick me up right now. That was brutal. That was horrible. I hated it. So I told them in the car. I started crying too. I was like, I just freaked myself out. I was just so disgusted with it. That's the best way to explain it. And then that night I had like a throbbing headache, and I rarely even get headaches, and it felt like what I imagined a migraine would feel like. It was just the worst headache I had, and then felt like I couldn't turn my head or like twist my, like it felt like I literally had to move like this. It was such a weird experience, and I couldn't believe how much it affected me considering it was such a small area on the back of my head. But anyways, fortunately now I feel really good. I can kind of touch it now. I mean, I wouldn't comb over my hair rough still, but it's definitely like healed and feels way better. But anyways, I'm getting the stitches out in a few days, which will be nice. Hopefully. The big camera has died. Okay, sorry, we're on the crappy little vlog camera. Anyways, so all night I had like no appetite. I was truly just disgusted, and my mom was like, you look so pale, like you need to eat something. I couldn't even bear the thought of eating food. I was like, ugh, I was done. I was just not having a good time. Anyways, all that to say, the doctors, the team were all so lovely, and in the moment, I was like, this was so dumb. Why did I even do this? I didn't even care about it in the first place, and the fact that I put myself through this. But now in hindsight now, thank God it did start to feel better. By like day 2, like I'd say about halfway through day 2, I could tell that things would get better and that things would heal. But that first day, oh my God, I felt like I got a full facelift. So, geez, honestly, shout out to anyone that has ever had more invasive work than just that, or any, you know, more of an invasive surgery or anything. Like that was such a minor procedure. And moral of the story is I'm an absolute baby, and I almost just noodled out of that chair and slinkied onto that cold, sterile clinic floor. Maybe in another vlog, once the stitches are out, maybe I will give you a full reveal. Maybe I'll show a before and after. I have some really some really gross photos. Maybe those ones don't need to make it to the internet. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this weekly vlog, and yeah, I think this is just becoming like home videos at this point. This was a really crazy, weird week. You know what, maybe let's end on a little garden update, because I feel like my lettuce has been thriving. Let me show you that, and then I'm gonna call it a night and call it a day. Okay, so lettuce update. These have been blooming, and then look at the little like seedling that was already in there. It's like now fully just living its best. Like that just looks incredible. Then my peppers over here, they don't really look any different, but they just look like they're doing well. And then my herb little garden, everything is just thriving. It's been really great weather this week, so it all is very happy. Again, ignore that. Okay, well, if you've made it this far, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe for Sally updates. That's really all I do at this point. Also follow me on Instagram at Jaclyn Forbes, or on TikTok if you don't already. Talk to you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching and just supporting and just being there for me when I need it, honestly. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.